everyone, this is Tim from YourSixstudios. Today in this video I'm going to show you how to repair your PlayStation 4 controller's thumbsticks. Now I have some extra ones that I bought from Amazon.com and I'm going to go ahead and place it in one of these controllers. So let's go ahead and do that right now. Coming up next. So some items you will need. You will need a screwdriver that's really small, and I'm going to use this Stanley screwdriver set. And from there I'm going to use a screwdriver that's labeled 0. And also you will need your new thumbsticks. You can buy these off of Amazon or eBay, or you can just take them out of a different controller and put them into this controller that you want to repair. So let's go ahead and flip over our controller, and we will have 4 screws that need to come out. So here, 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 and here. Let's go ahead and do that now. Now let's go ahead and take out the black case on the back here. And the easiest way to do that is to create separation on each side first. So let's create separation from the top and the bottom casing. So once that's off, if you flip it over, you can apply a little bit more pressure and the case should pop off. So it popped up here. When you take the case off, you have to be careful on the front here. It might rip the L2 and R2 button off. If you can slide the bottom casing up and over the L2 button and R2 button, it'll be a lot easier. And it's okay if they come off. You can put them on later on. And when you take off the cover, you have to be careful with this wire right here. It'll be connected still to your controller. Mine is currently powered on. You can see the light bar on. You're going to want to disconnect the wiring right here to the controller's motherboard. Let's go ahead and do that right now. So be careful when you're taking off this black cover so you don't damage it when it's still plugged in. So let's go ahead and put this backing to the side. And as you can see, this is my R2 button. It's heavily damaged right here from the spring. It's been cutting into the plastic over time. My R2 button hasn't been working so great. So I'm going to go ahead and replace this R2 button also. Now let's go ahead and disconnect the battery pack. Alright, be careful when you disconnect the battery pack. These wires right here are fragile. Let's go ahead and put the battery pack to the side. And there's one screw right here that we're going to need to take out. Let's go ahead and do that now. Put that screw to the side. And we can now take off this black piece right here. Okay, so I removed this black piece right here. And we're going to have another wire we're going to want to take off. It's going to be connected to the motherboard right here. Let's go ahead and disconnect that so we can take off the motherboard and get to the bottom of the controller where these are. So let's go ahead and do that now. Okay, so that's disconnected. Alright, looks like my controller is good. So let's flip it over and lift up our case right now. And you can see the thumbsticks are going to be pushing through there. And if these buttons right here fall out, they just go right here. These are the option and share buttons. And you can go ahead and place them back into your cover easily. So I already have them back in. It's pretty easy. So now I have my thumbsticks right here, and these are going to be easy to take off also. Just grab them and apply a little force the opposite direction, and they should just pop off without a lot of resistance. So I have these old ones, and I have the one that's damaged right here. Let's go ahead and put on my other thumbsticks, and just going to put it over the right one real quick. Alright, that thumbstick is on. Let's grab the other thumbstick and put it over here. So I have both thumbsticks on. Let's go ahead and put the cover back on. Alright, so I have my thumbsticks on right now. Let's go ahead and flip this over and put it back into this case. And if your share and option button fell out, go ahead and put those back in right now. And let's go ahead and flip my top part over here and expose the motherboard and feed my thumbsticks through the bottom of the controller right now. And make sure this part right here is laying flat. Now let's take this black backing and put it back on. And at this point we are going to want to replace this screw right here. Alright, so this screw is going through this black piece, the motherboard, and is screwing into the bottom here, this black casing. So you have to put that on last and make sure it's nice and tight. And that's what's going to create a flat edge right here. So we got that in. And in this model of controllers, this little thing might pop out. This is actually going to go through to the options button. You're going to actually need this in the controller for it to actually be able to be pressed. So let's go ahead and put that back in now. And that might pop out on you. And it's kind of annoying to find since it's all black. Let's go ahead and replace the battery. And plug it back in. Alright, so my battery is plugged back in. And my R2 and L2 buttons are a little bit messed up. And my R2 button is pretty much broken at this point. So I'm just going to leave it there. And then let's go ahead and take this case again and reconnect it to the controller right here. And I always find it easiest to kind of hold the battery pack from below and slide the casing over the top of the L2 and R2 buttons. Then on the bottom side, these cylinders, we're going to need to grab the case a little bit and lift them up and over those cylinders on each side, the left and the right. And then it should just snap down. And you should be able to rest it in on each side and flip over the controller and just make sure it's level on this side and the other side right here. And then we'll be good to put the 4 screws back in. So everything is now connected. My light bar is flashing, my controller is working, and I went ahead and repaired my thumbsticks on my controller. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put some control freaks over my controller, and I'm going to put this one on the right one, and this one on the left one, and my controller is now ready to go. So go ahead and buy some extra thumbsticks off of Amazon.com. It's totally worth it. You don't have to throw away your controller. And if you're still having problems, you can go ahead and put some control freaks over the top of your controller, and that'll provide you extra grip, and you don't have to worry about your thumbsticks actually wearing out over time. It'll just be your control freaks that wear out. So if you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up, and subscribe to my channel down below, and check out some of the other videos coming up next on YourSixStudios.